Hello everybody, I am Moldy West, and this is Hellpoint once again. And I am recording this instead of Overlord because of technical difficulties. And by technical difficulties, I mean my flash drive broke. And I only have two other flash drives sitting around, and one does not have enough storage space on it, and the other also doesn't work. So until I get my new flash drive here, I will not be able to record Overlord, but it should be here before the next time I go to record. So there you have it. That's my story for the day. And yes, making sure I locked the door, which I did. And anyway, you can see something down there moving about, stomping around, and that is indeed the boss of Puppets-Hellpoint-part. And here we go! Step into the light where we can see ya. Yep, there you are. Giant, multiple-armed clown thing. And look at him prancing around and dancing and trying to slap me with his multiple hands. Mr. Ozzy Omi Gojia, the master of puppets. I assume I'm reading that right, and I don't have time to make sure I'm reading it right. Because if I take the time to read, that's all the time that the master of puppets here needs to go stomping his foot deep within my ass. And I cannot have that. Now get your severed hands out of here, boy. You stop that. Are you about to go prancing around, Mr. Master Puppet Man? And, yep, you're crawling around all weird-like, and I don't like your weirdness. Come on, boy. Show me what you got. I'm sure whatever you got, I will definitely not like. And look at that, even more hands. More hands than he spat out the first time. Now, if you could do the friendly fire on your disembodied hands. Uh-oh, he's prancing around. I do not like when you go prancing around. Uh-oh, damn you. Stop your stompies and your slappies. I'm gonna also go ahead and tell you that, like I said in one of the last episodes I did, I have been playing this game on my own time to figure out things for the sake of the videos, and I also went and beat the game on my own personal file. So yeah, I know exactly what needs to be done to finish out the game. I know what I gotta do to get the true ending of the game, or what I believe to be the true ending anyway. And there's also some real neat stuff that I still need to do here. And one of which, among those neat things, is killing the master of puppets here with his big rotating multiple-faced head and is prancing around, and he's hitting me with these things that seem to fuck with the cameras, the camera perspective. Like, makes it drag out, and then it can come zooming back in and get those hands out of here. I don't need no ads. And I don't mean the kind that people pay to shove down my throat either. I mean the kind that go popping up in the middle of battle to make things even more difficult for me. Now let me get at those Achilles tendons of yours. If I can slice those all up, then you will not be able to walk anymore, assuming your physiology is the same as that of humans, and you're down! 130% of data gathered, allocated to unit. I gave you life, but staying in that forsaken city, you risk spiraling into despair. It is safe where I am, and the project needs you. You need me to make sense of all this. Please come to the embassy. Yeah, you don't want me learning too much now, do you, the author? Always with the rogue AI. That's always the case in space games like this, especially if they're trying to emulate Dark Souls. now that he's out of the way, let's see what's in here. Oh, there was a thing here. Oh, Arisen Dominion credentials. Don't really need those. And we got ourselves a path into the embassy. How nice. I was about to head there myself anyway, but not for the reason that the author wants me to do. I still need to find something that will allow me to go into space without dying from lack of oxygen. And I also need to find something that will allow me to patch out this AI's pesky sentience. I have the model for the AI patch conductor, but what I lack is the nervous wiring to make it. Beep. And does this place look familiar to you? It should if you've seen the beginning of the game, because that's where we are. We are in the very beginning section of this game, and now there's hands crawling around, big old crawly hands, ow. And they started showing up because I killed that Ashenborn dude. Come on now, hop on down here so that I can chop your fingers off. I'm gonna need to find a broken EVA suit, and then I'll be able to repair that and be able to go out into space. And I know exactly where to find a broken EVA suit. Of course, I need to get rid of this guy before I go after it. There we go. And right over here is yet another hidden door in the beginning area of the game, leading to something that I had struggled to find for a very long time. Of course, if I'd come through here sooner, I wouldn't be dealing with crawly hands. The fish would most definitely still be here, but if I hadn't killed that big old flaming space god, then it would just be the regular ass enemies, and not these fancy boys with their fleshy armor and whatnot. And now then, you need to not slice me upside the head with your weird ass sword. You need to just drop dead, mister. And there we have some carbon scraps. Let me see now. There's another hand. Oh, I missed. Well, let's at least take some of these boys out. If we can just take out a couple of them, that would alleviate enough of my problems to make my life less of a living hell at this very moment in time. And I need some juice in my neck. And there you go with the rapid fire stabbies. And there's 3 of you now. Goodbye, down the stairs I go. Let's see you funnel in right here and fuck off with that hand. Haha, stupids. I have the low ground, and in a Souls-like game, that gives me the unfair advantage of having all of your weapons go swinging by over my head. It's supposed to be the high ground that gives you the advantage, but not in a game like this. They can't hit what is too low for them. Ha-ha. And there we go. I think that takes care of all of our fishy problems. With that one down, that is. No more fish, no more fencers, no more crawly hands. And right here we have ourselves another airlock that will send me out into space with no oxygen. And that just happens to be where I will find the broken EVA suit. And here we go, braving the depths of space once more without so much of an molecule of oxygen to my name. And there it is, broken EVA outfit. That's what I came here for. Now we're going back in, where there is significantly more oxygen and less radiation. Fill this room with air, please. There we go. I can now safely breathe again. I might be suffering from severe radiation poisoning, but that's just par for the course. Well, I see you were clearly alive this time. What is it that determines whether or not that guy's faking being a statue and when he really is a statue? There is no clear indicator, except for when he comes to life and tries to stab you. Let's get that EVA suit all patched up. There's the legs, and the gloves, and now we'll do the chest, and then after that we will do the most important part, the helmet, because that is what allows you to breathe in space. You don't even need to wear the rest of the outfit to be able to breathe in space, because as soon as that helmet goes on, you'll see a little O2 icon under my health and shit, meaning I got a source of oxygen. The rest of the suit just protects you from all of the radiation and the extreme cold out in the depths of space. And there are 2 ways to get nervous wiring that I know of, and one such way is by going this way. This is by far the easier of the 2 ways. And there's a thing right there that I don't feel like taking the chance at grabbing. That is not the nervous wiring. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. What I want is to go all the way down to the bottom, right here. I could feel my sphincter tightening as I made that jump. Whee! Just a whittle further down. And almost there. Here's a coin, which I still don't know what to do with. And we got ourselves some Axions and a thing for the Omnicube that leaves behind a trail of glowing balls, so that you know exactly where you have and have not been if you have no sense of direction. And up here, we have a use for the rations. This guy, if I could talk to him instead of climbing on the thing. You have food? Yes, I have food. It burns inside. And it would appear that he does not have the nervous wiring at this very moment. His inventory varies depending on the time, I guess. And it won't let me out of this menu. Fine, I'll take your alloy frame. Don't know what that is? Take. And I'm pretty sure I have more rations in here. It's in this, not the keys, this thing. Yeah, I got 3 rations left, which means I'll be able to get 3 more things from him. And after some time, his inventory will change and he may or may not have the nervous wiring. Even if he did, I would not have traded a ration for it. Because that seems kind of like cheating, if you ask me. Do I have enough things to upgrade my sword? I would very much like my sword to cut harder. And as a matter of fact, I do. There we go, slightly better sword. And now we're gonna go and see about that other nervous wiring that is much harder to get, but is also guaranteed to be in a certain position. I really wish I would have synchronized that breach back in the arcology underside. Would have made it a lot easier to get back to that place where I can just walk on out into space, because that's where I will find the nervous wiring. And it's not out in the open, it's rather well hidden. hidden a lot more well than it probably should be. And I'm gonna go ahead and slap this breach right here. And then I'm gonna make my way to that airlock that'll let me out into space in the next episode, because I'm all out of time for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.